If your cat takes your seat, they're trying to tell you this. Your cat just stole your seat. Again. And you know what? They planned it. You got up for literally 3 seconds to grab a glass of water. You didn't even leave the room. And somehow, your cat was already there, sitting in your exact spot, looking you dead in the eyes. 0 regrets. And you just stood there, holding your water, wondering if you're the pet in this house. Here's the thing, though. This isn't random. Your cat isn't doing this to ruin your life, even though it really does feel that way. There's actually a reason behind it. Several reasons. And once you know them, you're going to look at your cat totally differently. Let's talk about it. So first, let's address the obvious question that everyone asks. Does my cat even know that's my seat? Yes. Absolutely yes. 100%. Cats are not dumb. They're actually scarily observant. They watch you, they study you, they know your routines better than you do. They know when you wake up, when you eat, when you go to work, and yes, exactly where you like to sit. So when your cat walks over to your spot the second you leave it, that's not a coincidence. That's a choice. But why? Why would they do that? Reason number 1, your seat is warm. Okay, I know that sounds super simple, almost too simple, but hear me out. Cats love warmth more than almost anything. Their ideal body temperature is higher than ours, which means they're basically always looking for heat. And what did you just do? You sat in that chair or couch cushion for the last 2 hours. You basically turned it into a little cat heater without even knowing it.
The moment you stand up, that spot is warm, and your cat felt it from across the room, so they went for it. It's like you preheated their seat for them. You're basically their personal assistant at this point. And the worst part? Cats lose body heat fast, so that warm spot doesn't last long, which means when you come back and try to sit down, your cat is basically saying, "No, I need this more than you do right now." You can't even argue with that logic. Reason number 2, your smell is there. This one gets a little deep, so stick with me. Cats experience the world almost entirely through their nose. Their sense of smell is about 14 times stronger than ours. 14. That means when you sit somewhere for a long time, you leave a scent behind. And to your cat, that scent is basically a giant sign that says, "This is where my human hangs out." Now, here's where it gets interesting. Cats find comfort in familiar smells, especially the smells of the people they're attached to. So your spot on the couch doesn't just smell like a couch to them, it smells like you. And being surrounded by your smell feels safe to them. So your cat stealing your seat? That's actually kind of sweet, in the most annoying way possible. They're not trying to take over, they're trying to feel close to you. They want your scent around them because it calms them down. Which explains why cats also sit on your clothes, your shoes, your bag, anything that smells like you. You're basically walking around with a scent that cats find deeply comforting, and you had no idea. Reason number 3, it's a power move. Okay, yes, sometimes it really is just a power move. Cats have a whole thing about territory and control. In the wild, cats claim spaces. They rub their face on things, they scratch surfaces, they sit in high spots. All of it is about marking what's theirs and making sure other animals know it. Your house is your cat's territory, not yours. Let's be honest here.
And when your cat sits in your exact spot, the best spot, the warmest spot, the spot you clearly like, they're basically reinforcing that they run this place. And look, you always just move. You find another spot, you grab a pillow, you squeeze into whatever space is left. Every time, without a fight. From your cat's perspective, this is going incredibly well for them. Reason number 4, they actually like you. I know, shocking. Cats have a reputation for being cold and not caring about their owners. And yeah, they're not dogs. They're not going to run to the door when you get home and lick your face. But that doesn't mean they don't care. One of the ways cats show affection is by wanting to be near you, and specifically near the spots where you spend a lot of time. If your cat is constantly sitting where you sit, sleeping where you sleep, or following you from room to room, That's not them being annoying on purpose. That's them saying they like being around you. Cats that don't care about their humans don't bother following them around. They go do their own thing. So if your cat is all up in your space all the time, take it as a compliment. A deeply inconvenient compliment. Now let's talk about something that not a lot of people notice, and that's the way your cat looks at you when they're sitting in your spot. There are really two versions of this. Version 1, the slow blink. If your cat steals your seat and then looks at you with slow, half-closed eyes, that's actually a sign of trust. It's sometimes called a cat kiss. Cats close their eyes around creatures they feel totally safe with, because closing your eyes when you're a predator means you're not threatened. It means you're relaxed. So if they're slow blinking at you from your stolen seat, they're basically saying, I'm comfortable here, and I feel safe with you. Version 2, the direct stare. This is the other one. The unblinking, completely still, full eye contact stare. This is different. This is your cat watching you to see what you're going to do about it. It's a challenge, not an aggressive one. They're not trying to start something, but they're waiting, watching, curious if you're going to make a move. And when you sigh, grab your drink, and go sit somewhere else, they've won, and they know it.
Here's another thing that's kind of wild. The seat-stealing behavior can actually tell you something about how your cat sees you in the household. In cat social dynamics, more confident cats take up more space. They don't shrink into corners. They sit where they want, when they want. If your cat is confidently and repeatedly taking your seat without hesitation, that usually means they're comfortable. They feel secure. They're not anxious or scared. They're a cat that feels like they own the place, which means you've actually done a good job making them feel safe at home. Anxious or fearful cats don't do this. They hide. They stay small. So your cat sitting in your spot and staring at you like a tiny, furry landlord, that's actually a healthy, confident cat. Congratulations, I guess. So what do you do about it? Okay, let's get practical for a second. Option 1, you do nothing and accept that you live with a tiny dictator. This is what most cat owners end up doing anyway. Option 2, give your cat their own spot that's just as good as yours. This one actually works. Get a cat bed or a blanket and put it somewhere warm, near a window, near a heater, close to where you usually sit. Make it comfortable, put something that smells like you on it. Over time, your cat will start using it. But here's the thing. They might still steal your seat sometimes. Because they can, and they want to. And honestly, at that point, you just have to respect it. Option 3, when your cat steals your seat, sit next to them instead of displacing them. Cats often like being close to you more than they like the actual spot. If you sit nearby, they might move over on their own, or just curl up next to you. Either way, you get part of your seat back, and your cat doesn't feel pushed out. There's one last thing I want to mention that nobody really talks about. Some cats do this specifically when you've been gone for a while. If you come home after a long day and your cat immediately runs to your usual chair and sits in it before you even get to it, that's not random timing. That's them responding to your presence. Your smell just walked in the door, and now they want the spot where your smell is strongest. It's their version of saying, you're home, just in the most passive-aggressive, confusing way possible. So the next time your cat steals your seat and stares at you from it like they pay rent, just remember, they're warm, they like your smell, they feel comfortable around you, and they know you're not going to do anything about it. And they're absolutely right. Subscribe so you don't miss the next cat video. Trust me, you're gonna want to see it.